time when other communities are not seeing economic development. We've made those strategic investments in infrastructure. I am pleased that we have completed rehab of 4 of our 5 sanitary sewer systems. And what that means in areas of Decatur that tend to flood, that you'll have less backup in our citizens' homes and in their basements. So I'm pleased about that. I'm particularly happy about the work that I have championed for the fiber optic network here in Decatur. We have built on the work that the state did, and we have connected to the hub here in town, and we have run that fiber optic network strategically, connecting all of our municipal offices together along with some DPS 61 buildings, as well as Milliken, and then all the way south of town to the 911 call center. And that allows us to not only save dollars, but have fast internet access, which is really important here in Decatur.
You know, I think many people now know you as your time on serving on the city council, but, you know, can you tell us a little bit more about also your background before you became a councilwoman?
Oh, I have been blessed to have an amazing career. I have worked in higher education at Richland Community College. I have worked for former constitutional office, state treasurer's office. I have worked on behalf of federally qualified health centers across the state. So think about Crossings Health Center. I have advocated on their behalf, both at the federal level and at the state level. And so I have had an opportunity really to understand government and government processes across the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. And how have those skills served you so far, and why do you think that makes you a great candidate?
I think it makes me a great candidate because I understand what's already available. I understand what the parameters for decision making are. And because I have worked with our citizens so closely here in Decatur and taken a lot of citizen input, I understand where they want to go. And more importantly, I understand the steps we need to take to get there.
You know, obviously right now the city is really investing a lot of money, especially the COVID money, in neighborhood revitalization. Where do you see that effort going looking forward to the next 5-10 years?
Sure. Neighborhood revitalization along with workforce development are the top 2 strategic goals for the city of Decatur. In my tenure, we have really stepped up the demolition of homes. Particularly in the last term, we have seen the demolition of over 200 homes. But more importantly, we've changed the processes to allow for that to happen faster. But it's really not about demolishing homes. It's about what do citizens want in their neighborhoods. And so reaching out to them to see what they want, getting that information from the ground up, and then doing what we can to effectuate their change.
You know, obviously there's 4 of you running. You know, what do you think makes yourself the most qualified candidate?
Well, I think what makes me the most qualified candidate for this position is I understand and have proven that I can make tough decisions. It's not about making everybody happy, because you will never be able to do that, but it's about making the best decision for the entire community. I understand what it means to maintain a balanced budget, but also understanding that that budget is not written in stone, that you have to be flexible and you have to be able to respond to the opportunities that present them to you in that budget year. I understand that those 2 things combined together make good foundation for strategic investment and for moving the city of Decatur forward. So what I bring to the table is proven leadership.
Absolutely. And if reelected, is there any project, program, initiative that you're either looking forward to continuing or spearheading in your next term?
Sure. I would like to continue our work in the fiber optic network. We want to always continue our work in neighborhood revitalization. I think particularly about the Jasper Street, Great Streets, Great Corridors, listening to what the citizens want in their neighborhood. I look forward to using that fiber optic network to invest in new technologies for our first responders and for our citizens.
Awesome. Anything else when voters are going to cast their ballot, you know, this week or in the coming weeks that you want them to know?
Yes, this is an important election. It's a local election. It's where you can have the most input into your community. And so it's really important to vote Early voting started now, so please take a few minutes, take a look at the ballot before you go, make your considerations, and I want to thank you in advance for consideration of supporting me.